What's poppin' out there, everybody? This is the 12th episode of the 2Close2Call podcast, and we got a tremendous show lined up for you today. None of this would be possible without our sponsor, theramking.com, the T-Shirt King. Visit www.theramking.com for all your T-shirt needs. I was having a business meeting recently with the Ram King as we were getting ready for the Super Bowl this weekend, and he let me know that a lot of his business is now coming from corporate America as well as teachers and school districts. So I know you guys listening out there, you're driving to the office or from the office, but I know when I used to work in the office, we would have a United Way t-shirt sale every year that we could have used the Ram King for. Next time you're at work and they bring up anybody who knows anybody who does t-shirts, tell them, yeah, I know somebody. Visit www.theramking.com. As well as, we all know somebody out there who's a teacher, a friend of a friend, whether it's your wife's friend, and apparently spirit wear is big out there these days.
These are not spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers. And these are gold.
That's right, baby. Spirit wear. So next time you're discussing field day or field trips with somebody who you know is a teacher, let them know. Visit www.theramking.com. Like I mentioned before, today is the 12th episode of the 2Close2Call podcast, so we start off the episode by diving into our favorite number 12s of all time. We go a little bit outside the box, but ultimately I think you're going to like them. We then dive into all the money I made and all the money we made you out there. If you followed along to our prop bets, we let you know which ones we got right and ended up. We then discuss the game in great detail. Go into the reasons for why we think the Patriots were able to pull out their sixth championship and Tom Brady matches Michael Jordan for 6 championships all time. We then wrap up the episode with a few bold predictions getting into the offseason and into next year, which I think you guys are really going to like. There's one out there specifically where I think Le'Veon Bell is going to end up that I think our listeners are going to be interested in. So, as always, guys, we appreciate your ears. I thank you so much for listening to us for 45 minutes here. Another great show lined up for you, and let us know how we did.
Coach, you were 5-79 last year. Why the playoff talk?
Well, we made a couple of key trades, and we got the funk.
Oh, well, glory be, the funk's on me, Bobby.
Keep that funk alive. Keep that funk alive.
Well, it's 1975, and we'll just be keeping the funk alive. So what the?
Aloha and hello. It is Monday, February 4th, and this is the 12th episode of the 2Close2Call podcast. I'm your co-host, Miho, here with my boy, Pags. What's going on, brother?
Nothing, man. Number 12. That's wild.
Already
Crazy.
Number 12, man. Cranking them out here.
Yeah, dude. And now weather's nice. It's like getting the spring. All the snow's melting. You got the people lined up outside at the car wash. It's
About
nice
to roll
day.
the windows down, baby. Crack that air. Fresh air. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm a little hesitant to get myself excited about this weather. I know it's going to get cold again, and I'm just going to be depressed.
Yeah, right. Enjoy it while we can, man. Go out and hit some baseball, right? Get the sound of the wood, that fungo going.
Oh, man. How long till pitchers and catchers?
8 days, 9 days, 10, depending on the team, baby. 2 weeks. Let's go. The
Bryce
sound of that
Harper's
mitt
still
popping.
on a fucking team.
Bryce Harper, sign. Let's go. But anyway, dude, so our 12th episode here. Time for our annual song and dance that we like to do. And why don't you hit them with your favorite number 12?
I'm going to go ahead and make mine the ultimate weapon. That's right. He had been mentioned before as a number 7, but I like to call him the number 12, Philadelphia Eagle, Randall Cunningham. 95-yard touchdown pass against the Bills where Bruce Smith's trying to tackle him. Also, 91-yard punt, which is one of the more unbelievable things I've ever seen.
Quarterback, 91 yards. What, the fucking longest punt in the Super Bowl just happened and it was 64 yards. Motherfucker hit it 91.
Man. It's like when you hit a drive and it bounces on the fairway and rolls about 30, 40 more yards. But, yeah, hey,
My most
impressive.
iconic memory with Randall's obviously the one where he rolls right, gets hit, somehow stays on his feet, and then throws the laser for the touchdown in the end zone.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Barnett.
Is that play? That's what that was. It was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, man. How the hell did he keep his feet there?
Kind of sad that we were just young bucks when he was playing.
Yeah, thank God for YouTube and shit now, right? We can actually watch those guys, man. It was crazy.
Right. I think I have a feeling what your number 12 is, but I want to hear you say it.
Number 12, Simone Gagne. Did you have him coming?
Oh, Simone. I was way off.
No, baby. Number 12. Yeah, Gagne was one of my favorite flyers. Coming back from Boston, down 3-0. Fucking banging it top corner to complete the comeback. Always a phenomenal memory. I believe it was, freshman or sophomore year of college. So that was a lot of fun. But most recently, I think another number 12 took the lead, the lead horse, and Mr. Number 12, Tom Brady himself, because he just won me a fat $1,200, baby, because you took the Pats at 350 to 1. Let's go.
Man, there's just 12s all over the place. $1,200, Brady 12.
Right?
Unreal.
Throw that $500 down, 350 to 1. Pop that 1750 back, win that 1200. Thank you, Tom. I love you.
Yeah, hopefully some of your listeners listen to you because I sure didn't.
Oh, my God, right, dude? When that came out, I was like, how are they the biggest underdog? They should be the fucking favorites. I don't care how good these other teams are.
It was a very unconventional way for them to win, but wow, it's unbelievable what they've done. We will never see this again. 17 years, 6 Super Bowls. What was it? 16 out of 17 playoff appearances?
Well, dude, the craziest part is with the Super Bowls, I was looking at a picture of the years they actually won. Dude, it was 3 out of 5 years in like the early 2000s. Then they didn't win another one for fucking 10 years. And then they've won 3 out of 5 again or something like that. Like, it's crazy that they've won 3 out of 4 or 3 out of 5, 10 years apart with the same fucking quarterback. Like, how does somebody have that amount of patience? And then how the fuck does it happen again? That's crazy.
They've been in 9 Super Bowls, Brady and Belichick. That means they've been in 17% of the Super Bowls.
Of all-time Super Bowls.
17% Brady and Belichick have been in. And Belichick's probably even more. That's probably just Brady because Belichick's been in the one where they lost to the Packers in 96, and he was in the one where...
as a Giant, right? Didn't he make it?
2 years with the Giants, yeah.
Yeah, so he's up to like 11 or 12. It's like, holy shit,
he's
man.
Probably almost 20% of all the Super Bowls.
That's insane. But I also won some money in the prop bets that we threw up this past week, Pags. I think now's a good time to kind of run through those and let everybody know where we finished, since I got the behind-the-scenes look at making some more money.
Well, you said it was insane. I was going to say what's insane is how bad I am at prop bets.
Oh, you're still locked in, are you, Pags?
Oh, we'll get to it, but the one I fucking won is ridiculous. So, at the end of it all, you hit 5 of 8.
Nice.
I was 1 of 8.
1 of 8. Holy shit,
Fans.
Pags. You should be embarrassed. I don't know how I let you on this episode today.
Fans come in at 3 and 8.
3 out of 8. So, winner
Now,
yet
there were
again, your boy Miho. Come on, listeners, get on board. I'm trying to make you some money. Share it with your friends. I'm trying to make you cash. Okay, this is free money I'm handing out, Pags. I'm just dealing $100 bills to the listeners. All y'all got to do out there is catch it.
So we have the Gladys Knight. I thought I was on it. I thought I had it clocked. I was at 125, and she was coming to, like, the last sentence. And she fucking held that brave so long. And now there's even more controversy is saying she said it twice. She still hit our over-under that we had set at 149, but some people are getting screwed out of it and hit the 150 line for Vegas. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. It's the double brave at the end. Apparently Vegas is honoring the end of the first brave and not the show-off fucking note that they all sing afterwards. It happened to Lady Gaga a few years back, but as you mentioned, still hit our over, but a few had her at 150, and that first one would have been at 149. A few overs paying out, a few unders paying out, but for us it was over, so fuck you, I got it right.
Unbelievable, though. Like, I always thought the song ended when the fucking singer stopped.
Right?
You know,
That's what I thought, too.
I'm sorry, but anyway, we go to the next one. Old Donnie only tweeted out twice. You hit that. The over-under was 6. Fucking ridiculous. Oh, what else do we have here? Gladys, her song came in at 150. There was not a drive even close to 149.
Yes, there was, Pags. That fucking field goal at the end, man. He bangs that. I would have been 6 out of 8. Come on, Megatron, Legatron.
Again, not even close. He wasn't even. That field goal was so fucking bad.
He looked like me and you out there fucking trying to kick field goals.
Dude, I texted you after that. I was like, that just shows how lame the Super Bowl was.
Right? And then the one that everybody missed and I was surprised about was fucking Sean McVay's age, man. They never even brought it up apparently at all on the broadcast. That's crazy.
No, man. No one even came close to bringing that up. The Romo predictions, I don't even think he had enough plays to even get close to predicting that.
There weren't even fucking 7.5 exciting plays in the entire game.
Right. I was looking at Snapchat, and they're like, the can't miss plays of Super Bowl 53. And I flipped through it, and I'm like, these plays sucked. The first 2 drives of the Eagles game last year was better than this whole entire game.
Oh, it was crazy, man. And then what? The total number of commercials, too, hit the under because fucking nobody scored. So they didn't have the commercial after the touchdown and then the commercial after the kickoff. That's like 10 a pop. And like you said, the Eagles and Patriots scored, 6 more total touchdowns last year? That's like 60 commercials they're missing out on. Right?
And people shelled out a ton of money for that. It's just like, hey, the one I did get right, the 1 out of 6 choices, I got blue. Dead on.
You have an 18% chance to get that one right, and it's the only one you get. All the other ones are fucking 50-50, and somehow you go 0 for 7. Honestly, it's impressive that you went 0 for 7. I think you should get some money for being as bad as you were, Pags, because, again, it's 50-50. That's like calling heads or tails and missing 7 in a row. Like, dude, stay away from the roulette table. No red or black for you, bro.
Hey, how about this? James hit the Super Bowl poll twice.
What do you have? What numbers did he have?
0 and 3.
0 and 0?
He had 0 and 0, and then in another poll he had 0 and 3, and he hit them 1 each.
Oh, Jesus, right? How shitty was that? The guy who had 3 and 3 made out like a bandit wherever he or she is.
He was going to hit it again, but the Patriots kicked the field goal instead of going for it on that 4th and inches, and I was like, come on, get another one. End the game 10-3.
Yeah, James was about to, right?
Throwing that in his savings account. Congrats, buddy.
Here's your college money.
Oh, man. But then the last one, Ted Rath. I didn't even see him on the Super Bowl. Did you see him out there?
I was going to say, I saw him one time real early. There was a tackle along the sidelines, and you could see in the background him pulling McVay, but they didn't touch on it or zoom in on it at all. So I was like, well, thank God, because that's one, and I sure as shit, like I said, didn't want to see him 4 times.
That game was brutal.
Well, Sean McVay, like we mentioned, his age didn't get mentioned, and it should have because fucking Belichick treated him like a baby, dude. It was like the water boy out there. He was staring across, staring at the fucking child. Goo goo gaga, I don't fucking know what to do. Right? Like, it was everything they had, man. I think the difference was, and Tony was touching on it a little bit, but I wanted to get your thoughts on how you kind of combat it. A lot of times Belichick was giving him one read pre-snap, whether it was man or zone, and then switching to it halfway, not even based on what he was seeing. I think it was predetermined that, hey, we're going to show him this, but eventually we're going to play this. And it threw off everything the Rams had because they would always switch into the play that they thought would be higher percentage, but ultimately ended up being lower percentage because they were fucking switching. So, like, at what point do you stop switching the play? Or, you know, what do you do there if you're the Rams when you figure out, like, hey, they know everything that's coming?
Bro, it just shows how Jared Goff's nothing without McVay. He's like, oh, no, the clock ran out. Now I don't hear him in my head, and I have to make a decision. And it's just, I don't know, man.
I kept making the baseball analogy of pitching backwards, right? Like, instead of 2-0 fastballs, you throw 2-0 breaking balls and 0-2 fastballs instead of off speed because it's clear that the Patriots are sitting on certain things. So you're going to have to mix it up and honestly go against what your eyes are telling you because, again, your eyes are saying, okay, it's man, we're going to run this play, when ultimately they're running zone. So you're going to need to just mix it up and go on feel. And I feel like they only did it once or twice, and those were their best plays. Like some of those passes, the one screen play where they rolled to the right, threw it back to the left. I was like, hey, where is all this fucking excitement with this offensive guru?
Gurley had 11 touches. Like, he had to be hurt. I'm sorry. There's no way you only give that man the ball 11 times.
Right? I
He's
said that
an
after the
animal.
last game, and everything in the media, they're saying they're not. So, again, take it for
Well, I
their
understand
word.
that, but CJ only got 9 touches, so they literally weren't even trying to run the ball.
They
20
couldn't get
times?
first downs, man. They had, 4 or 5 play drives? I mean, it
I
got back to
guess.
kind of the Eagles. Only fucking 3 people can touch it out of 4 plays.
But they also, I could count on my hands 3 times how many times they were in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and they end up getting sacked. Like, you run the ball there.
Well, that's that gets back to
What
the
else is
mismatch,
gonna
right?
happen?
Like the Patriots did that all the time against the Chiefs on 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. They would run the ball because it was a passing situation. McVay
Right.
just never fucking made that adjustment in game.
Well, apparently, I watched an interview. They were talking that Gilmore was man the entire game, and the rest of the team was running zone. Apparently, Stephon Gilmore was playing man-to-man the entire game.
Right? And I feel like the other guys would run with people in motion pre-snap, and then wherever they ended up somehow would communicate to each other that we're paying like almost like a matchup zone in basketball and defense, right? Where you kind of
Right.
go with your man, but eventually within that area you're playing man-to-man. So that's what threw off Goff a couple times, and the Rams were doing it to Brady too. I mean, you saw his first pass; he threw it fucking like right to the Rams guy because he thought they were in man when ultimately they were in zone.
I think this is actually good for football. The whole big thing about this entire year has been Chiefs-Rams scoring ungodly amounts of points on that Monday night, and then to end the season, you get a 13-3 brawling, brutal game.
Dude, how is it good for
how it
football that the most watched game was fucking brutal? That can't be good for football.
Don't get me wrong, it was fucking tough to watch, but I just love the chess match that Belichick played on McVay and how McVay just fucking shelled up and couldn't figure out this old man, this dynasty of a team. It was fun to watch.
Dude, 3 points, and the Patriots went from scoring the most points as a loser in the Super Bowl to scoring the least amount of points as a winner in the Super Bowl. Like the Patriots won that game in spite of Tom Brady's performance. Like how the fuck am I ever saying that sentence out loud? Like Brady played the game that he loses all the time. That's the game he loses. They had pressure on him. He wasn't comfortable. They didn't have a touchdown drive until late in the fourth quarter, and somehow they win that game. I'm just, oh, dude, it's so frustrating as an Eagles fan. Hell, as a fucking fan of any football team, you're watching that game going, man, the Cleveland Browns probably would have won that game playing against both of these teams.
Oh, dude, the Saints fans are probably so fired up about
dude,
it.
the Saints would have won that game by 3 touchdowns the way fucking Brady and the Patriots played. I don't think they ring up 30-40, but they're scoring at least 14 points.
Dude, I love the stat that I saw today. Literally, the 5 closest games to being as low scoring as last night's game are all happened before Super Bowl 10.
Before what, 1970?
Yeah, 1975, I think, 4. Second lowest scoring ever. Super Bowl 7, Dolphins 14, Redskins 7. Third, Super Bowl 9, Steelers 16, Vikings 6. Super Bowl 3, Jets 16, Colts 7. Super Bowl 6, Cowboys 24, Dolphins 3. Super Bowl 5, Colts 16, Cowboys 13. And the number 1, Pats Rams, Super Bowl 53, 13-3.
That's unbelievable, man. 16 total points. Forgive me, I believe I did say take the over. So
Yeah.
But how about it was the
Over-under.
biggest win by the Patriots in the Super Bowl? 10 points was their largest margin of victory. So I was on point where I said a little bit of an uncompetitive game, and I did have them winning by 10, Pags.
I mean, it was close. The game was a 7-point game. That was the thing. It was just like rolling along. It's the fourth quarter, and I'm like, I feel like the Patriots are winning, and I look, and it's like 3-3, and I'm like, what is going on?
That's what I'm saying, man. The Patriots dominated. They turned the ball over. They missed field goals. Like, it was so ugly across the board. The most exciting play was the fumble out of bounds for 3 quarters.
I know. Brady calls 2 timeouts in the first quarter, and I'm like, what the hell is happening?
On the same drive, right? I'm like, oh, man, if
Yeah.
this game mattered at all, I'd be so pissed as a Patriots fan.
Yeah, and then they go, they've won 2 out of the last 3, 3 out of the last 5, and you're just like, is Tom Brady the greatest of all time?
He's got 6 now with Jordan, right? That's why that was a big one. He matched MJ for the ring title.
I just have a hard time putting Brady ahead of Jordan just because I don't think Jordan ever looked the way Tom looked in that game.
Right? He was terrible.
Like, I don't think Jordan ever went into the game and shot 40 shots and made 8 of them.
Right? They won
Like,
in
Jordan was
spite
always
Michael
putting
Jordan.
25, 30 points. Exactly. And Jordan's never lost one. And Brady's don't get me wrong, going to 9 is impressive, but 6 out of 9.
Well, I did think
Jordan's
about that
never
too, right? Imagine Tom could have 8 out of 9 or 9 out of 9. I know he could have lost a couple games he won as well, but that fucking both Giants games they could have won. I'm like, this dude could, should, would have 8 freaking rings, man. That's insane.
Yeah, and the first 3 he won, I don't think he ever got any of the credit. It was always, he did enough to not lose the game, and his defense won the games for him.
So
He
4
was
out of
never
6,
seen
you're
as-
saying the defense won for him. Hot take.
Oh, baby. I didn't even mean to stumble into that hot take, but yeah, I guess I'm saying that.
Let's go, listeners. Give us your thoughts.
Tom
4 out of
Brady
6.
Should only have won 2 Super Bowls.
Well, how many Super Bowl MVPs does he have? 3? So I'll give you 3 and 3, I suppose.
I think the one they should have gave to Vinatieri because Vinatieri saved their fucking ass.
Right, and our boy Julian Edelman wins the MVP this year, further
Friend of the podcast.
further strengthening his Hall of Fame case, man. It's crazy. Another, 140 yesterday?
Do you think he is going to be looped into, like, the same kind of stigma that, like, Robert Horry is?
I think he needs 3 to 5 more good to solid years, and depending
Regular
on how long...
seasons.
Yeah, and depending on how long Brady plays, maybe 1 year without Brady that's solid or above average to kind of cement, hey, it's me. Because, dude, you couldn't cover him yesterday. I mean, that was apparent that he was clearly the best player on the field for the Pats offense.
He was awesome out there. He was just the only one that was making any sort of play until Gronk finally made that catch at the end of the game.
Right, and they even showed multiple plays where Edelman was open and Brady went elsewhere, so he could have had more catches and yards.
Looking forward, looking into the future, first off, does Josh Gordon get a ring?
Oh, for sure, man. Everybody gets a ring who was there for, a day? I think 3 days or something like that, dude. There's a shit ton of rings.
I hate that rule.
I was there at the Phillies stadium, man. The usher at the stadium had a ring from the 08 World Series.
I agree those people should. I don't agree if you get cut from the team or you leave the team or traded from the team, you shouldn't get it.
Well, he helped them win at least 1 game, so they're not there without him, Pags.
That's such a stupid.
Well, at least in football, there's 16 of them. In baseball, there's 162. And if you're there for 3 days, I think you get a ring.
That's crazy, man.
Dude, Will Rackley was going to get a ring, and he had 1 practice in training camp for the Ravens before they put him on IR. But he's still on the team, so he would have gotten 1.
Yeah, IR is different.
Yeah, but he did less than fucking Gordon did for the Patriots this year.
True. I'm going to go on the boat that Will should have got 1 in 2012 for the Ravens.
That's it,
even
right?
Though he wasn't even on their team.
That's it. So, but hey, one thing I whiffed on, and I guess we whiffed on, is Maroon 5, man, didn't play either of our songs at halftime at all, let alone fucking open up with it.
Well, I didn't know that they were going to go back into the history books.
Yeah,
and
they
pull
went
out
way
the
back
first
in
fucking
time.
album.
I was like, Bridge, what the hell song is this? She's like, oh, it's one of their old ones, original ones. I was like, oh, of course. Who would have known? Atlanta? Why wouldn't we play a song from fucking 2006 punk rock?
Well, Harder to Breathe is an awesome song. Don't get me wrong. But I thought they were going to go somewhat newer. I mean, I liked the show. Some people didn't. I thought the Travis Scott thing was cool that he was in it, but...
What was it with SpongeBob? What was the connection there? Did you get that?
The creator of SpongeBob died.
Okay.
And that, I don't know if you've ever seen that episode. It's the best episode of SpongeBob ever. Where they play the halftime show at, I think they don't call it the Super Bowl, whatever they call it. And I guess the creator died this week. And I don't know if he's from Atlanta or anything, but
okay.
A bunch of fans went nuts with Maroon 5 saying, you got to include this in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I saw those tweets beforehand and afterwards, and I was like, I'm fucking missing something here.
The Travis Scott thing was cool, but play the clean version. I can't hear what you're saying.
They gotta bleep everything
Signal
out.
Mode. I was hoping Andre 3000 was going to come out with Big Boy.
Oh, dude,
I
Big
like
Boy
Big
was the
Boy.
best. I like the way you move. That was the
Yeah, that's
best
a good
part
one.
for sure, man. But then, yo, Levine, is there a reason why we're wearing less and less clothes here? What, dudes can show nipples, but chicks can't, Pags? That's a double standard. What's up with that, NFL?
My question is, was he stoned or was he drunk when he thought it was smart? Instead of getting Thug Life across his chest, he got fucking California across it.
He's
Like,
the white
across his
Tupac, bro.
abs. I'm
Can't
like,
get
dude,
Thug Life. Come on.
dude, Alyssa fucking loves him. And it's like, this dude is so tatted up. I mean, he's a good-looking dude, but why do we need to take off all of our clothes,
Oh,
buddy?
what's that? A new song? Well, I better take off another article of Clue then. It's getting fucking hot in here. Jesus.
I mean, I'm sure he was sweating his nips off, so
Yeah,
I
right.
respect it.
Show
Hey,
off the
if you
goods.
got the body to do it, do it. Good for him.
It ain't tricking if you got it, Pags.
So, commercial-wise, you have a favorite that sticks out in your mind?
Oh my god, dude, they were almost as bad as the game. I do like how, as a whole, they went back to the funny commercial instead of like serious political, like fucking everybody come together. Now I say that, but two of my more favorite commercials were kind of bringing everybody together. I enjoyed the Microsoft commercial where everybody could play the video games, and then you had the Google Translate commercial, which I thought was cool because I don't know how to speak any other language, so anything that would help me out if I travel is sweet. But honestly, dude, the best 30 seconds was the freaking Avengers Endgame clip that gave us new footage that everybody's going to break down on YouTube, and fucking nothing happened at all.
Not even Thanos. I couldn't even see a fucking Thanos in it.
Right, and then you had the Hobbs and Shaw preview. Like, that was it for movies, though, man. Like, where are these summer blockbusters at?
Yeah, then you had Toy Story 4, which it was kind of funny, but it was at the end of the game.
Yeah, and
You
looking
didn't see
forward
it
to
from the
it, but,
end.
like, give me a minute and a half, 2-minute trailer here.
My hope is by Toy Story 4 comes out that James is old enough to sit in the movie theater, because I would definitely go to that.
You don't have to wait for Netflix.
Exactly. Mine, I know you don't enjoy the show, but Bud Light Game of Thrones commercial with the mountain crushing the knight's head was awesome.
Yeah, that
Freaking
shit
love
was
that.
like a mini movie, dude. I was watching that like, is this a commercial? What is happening?
Probably one of the more memorable scenes of season 4 of Game of Thrones. That was what it was depicting, and then the dragon comes at the end, which was
I like
more
the
of,
dragon.
the later seasons.
Big
but,
fan of the dragon.
Oh, man. Hey, I got something for you. I saw a stat. If you watch 3 episodes every day of the weekend until April, you'll be all caught up on the show. So
3 hours a weekend. I'm good, dude. Let's go. Hammer it
3
out.
hours a day.
Oh, a day,
So
of course. 6
Saturday
hours a
and
weekend.
Sunday.
No problem. I got nothing
6
going on.
hours. Oh, dude, you're sitting at fucking home 10 o'clock at night. Sit and watch it for till 1 o'clock. When I got Alyssa to start watching the show, she was 5 seasons behind. She watched, that's 50 episodes. 50 episodes in 9 days. One day she watched 14 episodes. This was pre-James and everything.
Unbelievably impressive.
Unreal. She, I went to go referee basketball. I came back, and she was still sitting there watching it. I was like, all right. I like the one with all the NFL greats, too.
Yeah, the NFL 100. That one was entertaining.
I just couldn't fathom the fact of why there wasn't a single Eagle in it. Kind of made me mad.
Piss me off, right, bastards?
Chance the Rapper with Backstreet Boys was kind of funny, too.
Yeah, Cardi B, Steve Carell with Pepsi.
Yeah, that was a good one, too.
After all that, Pags, football's over. Wrap it up. 2018 season in the books. The Patriots, once again, another fucking parade in Boston.
What was that, 3 months they had to wait for another one?
Yeah, Jesus, right? We waited how many years? 10 years, and they got to fucking do it in 3 months.
It's like these fans from Boston have, assigned seats at the parades.
They put their blankets down in the same spot every time.
My chair's been there every year.
I actually didn't move that from November, so if you could leave that there, that's cool.
Oh, dude, it makes me fucking pissed. And we get, when we finally get one, it's like a huge event. They're just like, yep, no, we know how this is done.
Same parade route as always? Yeah, okay. Same time? Yeah, okay. All right. See you guys.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Moving into next year, now we're going to hit our listeners with our way too early bold predictions for the offseason and into the full 2019 season. What do you have for our listeners, Pags? What's one of your bold predictions that's obviously going to come true since you're very good at, predicting what's going to happen?
I'm writing these down on my dry erase board after we're done airing this episode, and I'm going to keep track of this coming into the year.
What do you got?
My first one is I think the Cleveland Browns will make the playoffs and win a playoff game next year.
I think that could happen. AFC Central, you got Pittsburgh in turmoil, Cincinnati stinks, Cleveland, and Baltimore. So I think that division's
going to figure out that Ravens offense.
Right. I think that division's up for grabs for sure. So depending on how the new coach implements his style and his system, I think they could certainly make the playoffs and be playing in January.
I think the tricky part's going to be the whole win a playoff game. Oh my gosh. That might be the one that bites me in the ass.
Right? No, I like that. So I'll piggyback off that and go NFC with my bold team in prediction, and almost a twofer here, but because of the acquisition of Antonio Brown.
Oh!
Drum roll. Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers will win the West or finish right behind the Rams, but still make the playoffs and win a game in the NFC.
Maybe not win the division, but...
After I said it, I was like, maybe not, but they'll still make it and win a game.
They were the hot pick this year. Obviously, Jimmy G goes down early. I could very well see that.
Right? I'll ride that hot hand one more year. I'll give them one more chance before I'm like, all right, fuck these guys. They burned me twice.
Well, they still have Jerick McKinnon coming back. They lost him right at the beginning of the year.
Right, and Kittle, the tight end. Give them those many
man.
Weapons. The defense is all right. Hoo. Niners, Browns, Super Bowl. Let's go.
And they're going to get a top 5 pick, so they know they're going to bring somebody else in.
Right, probably another D lineman.
Yeah, man. Could very well see that one. So you just dropped 2 predictions in one.
That's it.
Here comes my second one. Nick Foles will make the playoffs with whatever team he ends up on.
With whatever team? You're going to cop out and not give me a fucking team, Pags?
I'm saying Nick Foles is going to the playoffs. I can't give a fucking team.
You're not even going to give me a conference? Where's he going? Give me something. That's not a bold prediction.
Jaguars.
They cut Bortles, get Foles, and get back to where they were 2 years ago.
Bingo.
All right, I could see that. But do you think he gets traded there, or do you think he's there as a free agent is the complicated question.
I think he gets I think the Birds will get like a 4th or 5th round pick for him.
After they franchise tag him?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's where he ends up.
I don't think they're going to get higher than 3 for him.
So I'll ask you this question off the top of my head. Apparently, somebody offered us, say, the 35th pick. I think the Bills, right? 2nd round pick, or the Browns. One of the two was reported at the draft last year.
Yep.
Was Nick Foles in 2019 for the Philadelphia Eagles worth the difference of the 35th pick to a 3rd or 4th round pick? Did what he give us, was it worth 2 rounds in a draft pick?
I think he did. Just based off the fact that this team was in turmoil. We were looking at a Super Bowl champion to possibly worst in the division, 2nd worst in the division. And once he came back in, rallied the troops, we were literally a play or 2 away from the NFC Championship game again. And I think that's going to go a lot further for a team, for confidence-wise.
I was going to say, it's an interesting question because, to your point, they were going to be the first team in history to have a losing record the year before and the year after they won the Super Bowl. And I'm not sure how that would have played out in the offseason around here.
Exactly. I think more for the psyche of the team and for the fans' sake. Good God, I could not go a whole year listening to how bad they are and we're doom and gloom. Now, if you're telling me I'm getting a 2nd round pick like Alvin Kamara, I'm like, maybe.
Depends on who we would have picked, right?
Yeah, I guess. It depends on who the hell we're picking. But I'm going to stick with the fact that I think having Foles this year will benefit in the long run, or at least the short term for us now.
Well, how about my bold prediction, which I'm giving about a 5% chance here, and I think you're going to like.
Hit me.
Le'Veon Bell is going to be playing for the Philadelphia Eagles next year.
No way. How much are they paying him?
He's coming to town, man. That's yet to be determined. But with everything going on in their salary cap, if Foles walks, they already restructured McLeod. They're going to restructure Jernigan. They're going to cut Peters, have a few other expensive people come off the books. They're going to have the money to be able to do it, especially in the short term. Now, I think it's really up to Le'Veon and what he wants in a destination and an offense in particular. But if you look at it, man, and it's kind of almost the Alshon Jeffrey conversation of, hey, man, if you sign here for 1 to 2 years, look how close this team is to a ring. We're not going to run you fucking 350 times. You know, give me Le'Veon Bell, Sproles at veteran minimum, and fucking Clement back there with all the weapons we have on offense and our defense the way it played. I think the Eagles would almost be the favorite in the Super Bowl. So if you're Howie, how do you not almost go all in with that scenario?
That makes so much sense. You have no idea. I love it. I just got half a chub thinking about that.
Ultimately,
Like,
I don't think he ends up in Philadelphia. I think he takes a big contract in Indianapolis or the Jets or something like that who can give him, you know, his $100 million, his Todd Gurley money. But if he's willing to take that kind of 1 to 2 year short-term commitment to chase a ring, there's no better place to do it than in the Philadelphia.
Yeah, and he gets a big contract after that then.
Exactly.
Especially if they're not going to run him into the ground.
Right? So we'll see, but that's definitely, I've read that where a few people out there are putting that as the undercover team because, you know, the mystery team, so to speak, for all these fucking baseball guys, right? Yeah. I don't know. Don't rule it out. I'm not saying bet money on it, all right, like I did the Patriots, but keep an eye on that moving forward.
That is a bold prediction, and I like it.
That's the segment, baby. Let's go.
Here's my third one. Phil Rivers. He will have his 10th kid, or his 10th kid will be on its way, and they will finally make the Super Bowl.
Oh, man, the Chargers. That means they finally got to beat Brady.
Yeah, I think it happens next year.
Oh, I think it's the highest chance it's ever going to be, right? Especially with some of the free agents. And another bold prediction by me off the record that's not so bold, but I think Gronkowski walks away this offseason. So Brady minus Gronk, minus Gordon, some of these other receivers, he's going to be vulnerable. The Chargers-Chiefs may be the class of the AFC and in the same division. So I think that's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I really like the coach there. Their defense is only going to get better. They're so young. I mean, that dude, Hayward, he is a beast out there.
Keep Melvin Gordon healthy.
What's the safety's name that got drafted? I think he got Defensive Rookie of the Year. Derwin James, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, dude, he's a beast.
That's a good prediction, man. I mean, again, these aren't supposed to be runaways, so I certainly see if they're a 20-1 odds or something like that, that may be a good dark horse pick.
Hey, 2 years ago, I threw $15 on the Birds winning the Super Bowl at 70-1. Ended up getting almost $1,000.
Oh, I love it, baby. So we were both winners these past Super Bowls, one with the Eagles and one with the Patriots.
Yeah, your luck came a little bit better this year than me.
A little bit later and a little bit more educated, but both winners nonetheless.
So is Gronk your last pick? Is that your bold prediction?
Yeah, that's it, man. You know, I gave the 2 for 1, 3, so 3.5 for you. Gronk's going to hang him up.
Gronk will hang him up. Interesting. What's he do? Is he going to star in a movie?
Oh, his lucrative movie career, right? He's going to start the commercials, be the frat guy in the movies. He'll be just fine, and I think we're going to continue to see him.
I could see him being like John Cena. See him doing something like that. By the way, John Cena, hilarious.
Getting better, for sure.
Getting better, and I think I could see Gronk doing some shitty films for a little while, but then finding his groove, finding his way.
For sure. Hey, you know who else is getting better?
Who's that?
Me and you, baby.
Every episode.
That's it, right? Better. Based on the feedback from the listeners. So we appreciate you guys. We love the comments. We appreciate the reviews. Please continue to interact. We're going to stay engaged. The NBA trade deadline's this week, so we'll be discussing what the hell actually happens, if anything, on the episode this Friday. I'm also reaching out to a Lehigh friend of mine who's playing professional basketball overseas, Michael Ojo. I believe he's currently in Iceland. That could be wrong because he fucking moves all over the place, but he's going to have some amazing stories on things he's seen, places he's played, and kind of what's life like across seas, man, in 2019.
I can't wait to bring up to him that I learned that Iceland's green from Mighty Ducks 2.
That's it. Educational film, that Mighty Ducks.
Greenland is ice.
That's
Iceland is green.
That's it. So, but hey, guys, keep reaching out. Keep following us on our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at 2Close2Call Cast. That's the number 2 both times. Do us one extra favor and share it with your friends. Pick up your mom's iPhone, go to the podcast, give us 5 stars from her iPhone, even if you don't listen. I mean, come on. Share us out there. We appreciate everything you guys are doing.
Absolutely. You guys drive our podcast. We do it for you guys, and we really appreciate all you do for us and all the feedback we get from you.
Everybody out there, enjoy your weeks. Enjoy the warm weather wherever you are out of that polar vortex. So hopefully we're on the other side now.
All right, guys. Have a good week. Later.
Peace.